Your leopard is in my kitchen.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
There is a cat overpopulation issue in the Panama City area, and these cats suffer so many hardships and illnesses, it's heartbreaking. Most are easily treated if caught in time.
Upper respiratory issues have been the biggest ones this year. This causes eye infections that may result in ruptured eyes and even blindness. We also see broken legs, resulting in disability and even amputation. A vision-impaired cat with limited mobility has a grim existence on the street.
Every day, Hillary and her team at Kibbles and Cover's Animal Welfare Group are on the front lines of the cat overpopulation issue. Your team has been an incredible asset to the community and a voice for the voiceless.
It is a constant battle. The message we need to get out there is to spay and neuter. Whether it be your pet or community stray, TNVR helps tremendously in many, many ways, overpopulation being number one.
Follow Hillary Slayton on Facebook and be a part of the solution to the feline overpopulation issue in Northwest Florida.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Your home for the College Football National Championship. Touchdown! WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat.
The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, good Friday morning here in the Florida Panhandle. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Sitting inside these beautiful Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios. We've been doing this since May 1st, and the light turns on every show. It's one, Jays, don't do it with your headphones on. There you go. Turn the light on. You remembered.
I had one job to do. And
technically two, and you just did both of them.
Yeah, I did.
We appreciate it.
Yep.
But yes, as always, we appreciate our listeners around the area on 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. As always, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Just search ESPN Northwest Florida. Last but not least, download that free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. You got to put a little 104.3 in front of that one when you search ESPN Northwest Florida. Got a special guest in studio before you go back to school. Liam, how are you today?
Good.
Good. Nice. DJ Davey Crockett behind the glass. Jay Henley across the table here with your cool, or no, those aren't Cool Ranch. Those are regular nacho cheese Doritos.
They are. That's my breakfast.
And we can't guarantee he won't eat them in the mic, because that's just what happens here on the Inside Drive. But that brings me to an interesting topic to start the show today. Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
Cool Ranch.
Why is that?
Nacho cheese sucks.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Jay? Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
You know, I'll take...
Or you're an equal opportunist. You don't care.
Yeah, I'll take anything, I can get. Outside of salt and vinegar or whatever that is.
You don't like salt and vinegar?
Yeah, it's disgusting. But I'll go dill pickle chip or, anything like that.
Yeah. What about Lay's chips? You just straight up classic, your fave? The OGs?
Classic with a little bit of Tabasco hot sauce, over them. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Let me ask this. Now, when you have a small bag of Lay's Classics, do the chips that you first eat taste better than the last few that you eat? Or is that just me?
No, I agree with that.
It's like you get used to the taste and it doesn't have as good a pop.
Right.
Liam, what's your go-to Lay's chip? Not Doritos.
Dill pickle.
Dill pickle's made a big push in the last few years, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to the nacho cheese and the Cool Ranch. I mean, growing up, you were either one or the other.
Right.
And I think that's why he is a Cool Ranch Because Ryan doesn't eat nacho cheese either, does she? She's more of a Cool Ranch. She's not really a Dorito. Yeah, she didn't really care about Doritos. Yeah. But I wasn't a nacho cheese. I was a Cool Ranch guy.
Right.
So I feel like if you're bringing Cool Ranch chips into the household versus the nacho cheese, that's probably how it goes. D. Hayes, Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
Cool Ranch, man. But I do like nacho cheese. It's one of those ones where if I have the decision, it's nacho cheese all day, or it's Cool Ranch all day. But I'll eat either one. And cannot believe you don't like salt and vinegar chips, because that's got to be my favorite Lay's.
Yeah.
And then close behind will be dill pickle.
Yeah, no, you guys like salt and vinegar too, right? You and Ryan both like that one?
Yeah.
Underrated Lay's chip flavor, barbecue.
I agree with that.
Underrated.
Mesquite or hickory, or is it
just whatever the barbecue flavor is that it comes with, the
Barbecue
OG?
does not taste good.
No?
No.
So it's not underrated for you? I think
It's like putting that barbecue sauce just on the chip.
but you're not a barbecue sauce kind of guy either, though. If you eat pulled pork, you put barbecue sauce on it? No. See, there you go.
Well, let's dive a little deeper into this Cool Ranch thing. So does that constitute that you like ranch, like Hidden Valley Ranch on things?
I don't like ranch.
See, I don't think there's a correlation between Cool Ranch Doritos and actually liking ranch.
Okay.
No, I don't like ranch.
Because I don't use ranch either.
Really?
He doesn't. Now, Beth, she's a big ranch girl. She loves...
That's a Southern thing.
She loves homemade ranch, too. Like, if there's a restaurant that has a really good ranch, we'll go there just because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, too. I think that's a Southern thing as well.
God bless my 27-year-old sister. I love taking her out. She'll order something, and in her most Southern voice, you'd have to hear the Southern
ranch.
voice. She goes, ranch. And I remember we were at one restaurant about a year ago, and the lady goes, excuse me? Can you say that again? And she goes, ranch.
It's like oil, right?
Right.
Oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want ranch or you want a wrench? I don't know. It's very confusing.
Right.
But yeah, we had more in the old Northeast. It was more you had the wavy chips and you dipped them into the dip, like I don't know if it was the onion dip or whatever. But you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Do you guys like Ruffles?
Yes. I do like Ruffles.
Yes.
I do like Ruffles.
That's not talked about a lot. Thank you, Liam. Yeah, it seems like Lay's and Doritos, but Ruffles, man. Yeah.
Lay's and Doritos are like Club Car and Easy Go.
Right.
And then Ruffles are like Yamaha.
Oh, that was a great analogy. See, now I get it.
Yeah, see? It's all about analogies.
Spicy or regular?
Spicy or regular what? Ruffles?
Yeah.
There's spicy Ruffles?
What?
Yes.
There's flavors of Ruffles?
Jalapeno, is it jalapeno cheddar or jalapeno
It's like
Ruffles?
they're just red. They're like these red chips.
Wow, I didn't know Ruffles had a spicy line.
I did not either.
It's crazy the different flavors they have in chips nowadays.
Yeah, it
They
is.
have like also like a jalapeno one too.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
really know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Doritos, it's like spicy.
Right.
Like mega spicy. Extreme spicy. And you see all these different, it's like the same flavor, but just expanded on. Ruffles, though. Ruffles are the original, like, dipping chip. Although the wavy Lay's, how do you feel about a wavy Lay's?
Those are good, too. I mean, the Ruffles has some content to it, so you can actually, like, dig deep into that. Into that.
All right, Jay.
Into that. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Slurp it. Slurp it. There you go. Yeah.
Wow, man, it's just a fun Friday.
Yeah, David's already had a little coffee mishap on my
David
behalf.
had a coffee mishap.
It was. I gave him a little love bump this morning on the elbow, and
just wait till the break and you can clean it up.
Yeah.
Not a good start to the show for you there, buddy. With your root beer getting a little. That's what happens too. You ever, when somebody, college, somebody had a bottle beer, right? And you go and you tap the top of that bottle, and then it just comes out. You ever do that?
Oh yeah.
You didn't get it on your jersey, did you?
Yeah, right there in the 11. Do you see it?
That's okay. That's where it's kind of like waterproof.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes off.
What root beer? You're a root beer guy?
No. Negative.
Last time I was on here.
We did?
Yes.
That's because you were probably drinking a root beer last time.
There's a peppermint, or there's that mint taste. I don't know. I just can't get it.
That like ginger root taste.
Yeah.
You said it smelled like cardboard. It like tastes like cardboard.
Something like that. Yeah.
What about cream soda?
Cream soda.
Never had it.
Amazing.
You love cream soda and root beer?
Amazing.
Cream soda or root beer? If you had to choose, just kind of like the two bags of Doritos right next to each other.
If you have vanilla cream soda, I'd definitely take that over.
Over anything?
Over.
Any kind of soda?
Probably.
Yeah. So that's peak?
If you have just regular cream soda.
No, you're taking root beer?
Yeah.
Cream soda must be a northern thing. Am I missing that? I mean, what's a cream soda?
It might be. Ooh, we got Coach Whitworth on the line. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing great. How are y'all? I prefer cream soda to root beer, actually, which is odd for a Southern boy.
Yeah, so see, that is a fair point then, Jay. Yeah, cream soda seems to be more of a northern thing. Yeah.
You know, if you take Captain Morgan and mix it with ginger ale, it tastes like
just
cream
like
soda.
cream soda.
But don't let Liam know that for a few years, okay?
No, he doesn't even know that at all.
Can he outdrive his dad?
From his tees? Sometimes.
From his tees.
Sometimes,
yeah.
but
and that's what people don't understand. You know, take the kids out, let them tee it up from the 50s, 150s, and whatever, you know, and make their golf course for them, and they can kind of play with you.
Well, and that's the beauty about
Bay
Bay
from
Point.
Arkansas.
Go ahead.
Guess what it's doing here in the Caw?
Snowing.
Yeah, and they didn't even predict it.
Wow. Well, that's exciting.
So I went outside to get a breath of fresh air, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Through a filter. And it's like I can't even walk to the hardware store. But I want to know, what do you think about the? What are y'all talking about besides the Doritos? I'm an original, by the way.
Nacho cheese.
Old school.
OG.
Yeah, nacho cheese. The red bag, you know.
Yep. It all started because Jay has a bag of that right in front of us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Really?
He also had an oatmeal cream pie as well, which is another. Is that a Southern thing?
Man, I had the world's best oatmeal cookie this morning for breakfast. The sour cherry oatmeal cookie from a bakery I won't name because they don't pay y'all. But, by the way, this moment's brought to you by Crane Hyundai.
There you go.
Anyway.
There you go.
Or actually Crane GMC down there.
Yeah.
Hyundai. So what do you think about the golf this weekend and the Arkansas-Auburn basketball game?
Yeah, SEC play getting started. I'm excited to see how they match up in that one. We'll have Brad Law on Tuesday from the Auburn Sports Radio Network to talk about that game a little bit. But, yeah, the golf, I mean, we hadn't got to it yet, but they are, you know, putting a hurting on that course, as they always seem to do. You've got 6 guys that are 8 under par or better, and you've got 11 guys that are 7 under par or better. And it's
well, that's a perfect course for the public to play for a profit. When you got a downhill par 5, you can hit a driver and a sandwich into.
Yep.
You know, it makes people walk away. I made an eagle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow, I finished with an eagle. You know.
Yep.
But
plain short.
so I'm always glad. That's the thing about Hawaii, Florida, California golf early in the year. It helps people who are standing where I am.
Yep.
And
Watching
places
snowfall.
further north.
Yeah.
Feel better about life. Now I want to talk about this basketball game. These two teams hope to go to the NCAA, and they were projected preseason. Now Lenardi's got Arkansas out. Now, it's real early, but, you know, Musselman brought in about 11 transfer portal guys and recruits. I can't remember, you know, how they're split up.
Yeah.
And it's been like he's having tryouts during the preseason. Well, now he's going to cut it down to about 7 or 8 guys. They think the Minifield kid, Keon, is a real game changer. As far as he actually passes, you know.
Yeah.
And but you know, I believe now Musselman's a good coach, but I believe he's going up against a superior coach. But they've lost their only true road game to Appalachian State.
Yes, that was a shocker. That Baylor one early in the year was a good game, and it came down to the wire. But yeah.
Right. And Arkansas beat Duke.
Yep.
And they played Purdue semi-tough. So I mean, it's a real question mark. Answer, you know, not a firm answer, but it's a good answer. And I like it that the guy's talking about the Auburn game after it's played because it won't affect wagering.
Yeah.
You know, which I don't know if I'd touch this game, even though I deny being a degenerate gambler, but maybe half of that. I don't know which one. But, you know, what do you think? You got an idea, or you even looked at it?
Yeah, I mean, I follow the Auburn basketball a little bit just because of our Auburn fandom, because of my wife, and I think it's a huge game for both teams just because, I mean, they're both off to a good start. Like you said, Auburn has lost 2 games, one of those they probably shouldn't, and Arkansas has got a good record, but it's conference play is starting. It's going to be a little tough. I mean, you got the Andy Holloway, who's having a great year, the freshman for Auburn. So if Auburn lives or dies right now by that 3 ball. When their point guards are playing playing good. Now, Jake Broom does a good job inside, and they play physical basketball, but I think it's one of the best first opening SEC conference games on the docket coming up.
I agree. I think it will solve, it'll answer some early season questions that may reappear. Now, let me give you a hot recruit. He's not a high schooler. He's a freshman. He's from over in the Gulf area and Mobile. I can't remember his name, but I've seen him in person at a Euler game. I went and watched Euler and Murray State the other night, and I thought I was going to see a beatdown by Murray. Well, Euler, it's been a couple of weeks ago, Euler put it on him. Well, Murray didn't have a guy taller than 6'7", and Euler had the OVC, which Euler's now OVC, and Murray is now Missouri Valley. It was I sat up from the Murray bench because I have. Well, everybody's dead or retired, really. That isn't there. Let me be honest about it. But it surprised me that there's a 6'8" kid from Mobile who can shoot the three ball who might want to play bigger.
Yeah.
Or he might not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's the way you do recruiting nowadays. That's the new world order, so to speak, to borrow a phrase from dead president. But the new world order in college athletics is you recruit the other colleges.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because we had Coach Ellis on a couple of weeks ago after his retirement. He's very much trying to preserve basketball in its original form. That's why he left and that's why he retired, because you just can't keep up if you're not at a big program anymore and don't have that NIL money. You just can't. You can't keep them. You get them for a year, but then you just can't keep them unless you can pay them.
Coaching in college now is more like coaching in junior college used to be.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you get them for a year, maybe two, but Cliff Ellis is probably the smartest guy ever to come out of Chipley.
Yeah.
Isn't that where he's from?
Yeah, he is. Yep. And he's back.
Well, he didn't have much competition over there. Bye.
All right, Coach. All right, Liam, we are back here talking. What do you want to talk about? Too loud? You want me to turn on your headphones? Let's see if I can figure it out. I can do it right. Second one. From closest to me? Yeah, there we go. See how we did that, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Yours are good?
Yeah.
All right, are you down or up? Down or up?
Better.
Better? Good? You can still hear, though? You can hear Jay?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Yeah.
You want to do trivia? We got to do pick 'em. When are you leaving?
Let's call it noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I just need to know because we got to do our pick 'em.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Liam wants to do more trivia.
Okay. So, is that why he's here? Uh-huh.
No. He wanted to come hang out. That's why he's here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, a lot of big games coming. Well, some big games coming up this weekend. Others, the NFL has kind of created a quote unquote, second bye week, so to speak, because you've got so many of these teams resting their players, and that was one of the big arguments when they went to an 18-week, 17-game schedule is, hey, we're getting beat up. But it kind of happened a little bit back then, too. But you've got a lot of different scenarios. I don't think you were here when we talked about them yesterday. I think I talked about them in the last segment after Keith. But a record 20 teams are still alive for a playoff opportunity. That's the most that's ever been alive still in the last week of the regular season. 12 of these are eliminated. These 9 are in: the Jags, the Bills, the Colts, the Bucks, the Packers, the Texans, the Steelers, the Seahawks, the Saints, Vikings, Falcons are all playing for a playoff spot. They're not all in yet, though. And then your team, which is the Buffalo Bills, they can get the 2 seed with a win versus Miami and will miss the playoffs with an L by wins by the Titans, Jags, and Steelers. So they win, they're in. And I think they're going to win this game. And the reason why I say that is I heard somebody talking about it, but Jalen Waddle's Tua's a little bit banged up. Tyreek Hill's house just caught on fire, and he was seen walking around in a boot. Don't play with lighters. He was walking around in a boot. And so how healthy? They just lost their best defensive pass rusher with a torn ACL. So how much does Miami really put into this game?
Yeah, and they got hammered up in Baltimore this past weekend.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
And then the other question I have for you, Jay, is, I'm trying to win the championship at Bay Point again, trying to be like the 72 Dolphins and not lose an entire game the entire season. However, both my running backs are out, and I don't know what to do with Jalen Hurts. Because, all right, let me throw this scenario. I'm going to throw this scenario out for David as well. So say the Cowboys are playing the Commanders, the Eagles are playing the Giants. The Cowboys win they're the number 2 seed. The Cowboys lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles take the number 2 seed.
Okay.
If you're the Eagles, I don't know what time these games are, but if you're the Eagles and you see Dallas go up like 21-0 in the first half or get out to a really big lead, do you leave Hurts? Do you leave your guys in? They got a playoff spot locked up. But, what if I start Jalen Hurts and then they see I got to find out if the game's at the same time first.
Gotcha.
But they probably are. But do they pull Hurts? Do they pull A.J. Brown? Do they pull Swift? Because they don't want anybody to get hurt, and it really doesn't matter because the Cowboys win, they're the number 2 seed. So Philly has to have the Cowboys lose and them beat the Giants in order to get that number 2 seed.
I see what you're saying.
What do you think, Liam? Do you think they would pull Hurts if they see the Cowboys getting up to a big lead because it doesn't matter if they win or lose then at that point?
No.
No, you think they leave?
Pull like AJ or Smith.
But what happens if Hurts say Hurts tears his ACL in the last drive of the game?
Well, looks like they're not winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl either way, but what do you think, Jay?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they pull him so if Hurts goes up 21, if the Eagles go up 21-0.
No, not the Eagles.
The Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Because the Eagles win or lose, if the Cowboys lose, it doesn't matter what the Eagles do. They're in the playoffs either way.
I see. And the game time is the same time?
I don't know. I need to look that up.
Man, it seems like the Cowboys would play a little bit later in the day, but I don't know.
Let's answer that question. We'll go into a little break action here.
It's definitely a great question from a managerial fantasy league.
Yeah, it's stressing me out.
Right.
I can't lose the T.
No.
Especially after you traded her Derrick Henry for some third-string kicker.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Cowboys Commander. No, games are at the same time.
Oh.
Same time, both 3:25 on Sunday.
Yes.
Both 3:25 on Sunday. I don't know. Mull on that. Let me know what I should do.
I will.
Because my other choices are to put in a backup quarterback who's either playing for a meaningless game, because those are the only ones really left over. But backup quarterbacks are so very important in the NFL. This year has really shown that.
Yeah.
When we get back, we would do pick'ems, trivia, NFL playoff scenarios. What do you want to do? You tell me when we get back. You listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Start your morning with sports updates, interviews, reactions, lively discussions, insights, and expert analysis.
I think in our lifetime, we will never see another undefeated team.
Join Evan, Canty, and Michelle weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
It will never happen again.
On the Sports Talk Monster.
If anyone deserves the benefit of the doubt for one last chance, it's Bill Belichick.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Friday. A possibility of thunderstorms and some clouds this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 14 miles per hour out of the east-southeast and temps near 63. We will have a possibility of thunderstorms and moderate rain tonight and be quite warm at 61. And partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 64. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Kitchen Designs Group on Front Beach Road, Panama City Beach, offers full-service kitchen and bathroom cabinetry, countertops, and flooring. Plus, they also offer cash and carry. Take your cabinets home today. All-in-one vanities on sale. Cabinet, countertop, trim, and faucet included. The more you buy, the more you save. Must take standard sizes in Shaker White. Call Kitchen Designs Group, 850-775-4150, or visit their website, kitchendesignsgroup.com. Cash and carry only applies to Shaker White.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
You hear it first. Sports Talk right now. Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
It all seems a bit overwhelming at first.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
Something makes me think you'll get used to it.
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Chicken. I hadn't heard Project Pat in a while. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, Liam. You want to go pick 'em? You want to go trivia? You want to talk more playoff scenarios? What do you want to do?
Trivia.
Trivia?
What do you take in your lunchbox every day, Liam?
Glad to see you eating on the air.
A Lunchable,
Yeah.
like a fruit roll-up or something.
Yeah.
A cheese stick.
Nice.
Cheese sticks are hard to keep refrigerated in those lunchboxes.
Yeah.
But if you tuck it between the Capri Sun and the Lunchable, it works well.
What do you think about school food?
They give you, like, it's food you'd get from, like, an actual restaurant.
What?
Yeah, I think you ate was like O'Charlie's or something like that.
No way.
Yeah, so
I
you
kid
can
you
get,
not.
sometimes you get, like, spaghetti with sauce and cooked broccoli, soup,
Yeah.
toast.
A little toast.
That's pretty
Was
cool.
pizza always on Friday for you?
Uh-huh.
Was that like a nationwide school thing? Pizza was always on Friday?
We used to do pizza on Friday,
Yeah.
but we don't anymore.
Cardboard and ranch.
There you go. Ranch. See? Ranch.
Yeah.
But there was the French bread. There was multiple types of pizza. Sometimes they do the pizza bagels for you.
I remember. No, I don't
Those were
remember
gross.
that.
Bagel bites are so much better.
Man, I just remember going to high school and seeing an actual like soda vending machine, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Did you do the Pizza Hut breadsticks in middle school?
Mm-mm.
We had that option.
Really?
$1.50.
Okay.
I would do that every day.
I know, right? Those are so good.
Those are good.
They are good. I didn't do the marinara, but a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Marinara isn't that good.
I know. Unless it's homemade from an Italian person. All right, you want to do trivia or you want to keep talking about food?
Trivia.
All right. I think David Hayes is the trivia administrator in this circumstance, so we'll go from there.
May the best one win.
Oh, thank you.
What kind of a point system are we doing today?
Ooh, I'll keep track of the points. I got a little squirrely last time. We let Jake. 1, 2, 3.
All right. First one, we're going to start off with Jay here. Seniority gets the draw. Archaeologists have found 5,000-year-old pins and balls in burial sites of ancient Egypt. What sport were they playing?
Gosh,
That's so easy. If you pass or if you get it wrong, he gets a chance to answer. Or steal. We'll call it a steal.
Do I need to reread the question?
Please,
I'm only rereading this question one more time.
Yeah, because it gives you the dang answer.
Archaeologists have found 5,000-year-old pins and balls in burial sites of ancient Egypt. What sport were they playing?
Easy.
Pins and balls.
If you don't get this,
Are you serious?
yes.
Are you serious, Clark?
Yeah. I mean, pins and balls.
5 seconds.
All right. Soccer.
Yeah, that's it.
The steal is worth 2.
Oh, the steal is worth 2.
We're making up rules then.
The fact that you didn't get this right is dumb.
If I get this wrong, is it bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pins and balls?
Hey, I'm just glad you didn't say pinball, Jay.
You know what? It
I know.
actually
Sure plays a mean pin. Burn it. Yeah. He probably was thinking that in ancient Egypt. Good job. All right. So if the person gets it wrong, the other person has a chance to steal for an additional point.
Then it'd still be my turn now.
Yes, it is your turn. Correct.
All right, sticking with bowling. In 1952, what machine made bowling very popular? Was it, you got 2 options here, the automatic pin setter or the ball return track? In 1952, what machine made bowling very popular? Was it the automatic pin setter or the ball return track?
Those are the 2 things that I thought would be in the option.
Um.
We only got 2 hours.
Ball returner.
Oh, it's actually the. Well, you can't steal on a.
No,
that doesn't count. Sorry, Jay.
I got the other answer. So it was the automatic pin setter.
It was the automatic pin setter, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, well, yeah, I guess that helps because the pins are always set at that point. But if they didn't have the ball return track, you still got to walk all the way down there and get the ball.
Do you think it would have happened simultaneously? Like they would have came up with both of those at the same time. You still have a 2-0 lead after the first round.
Probably there's like a person behind it.
Just back there hucking them back. Yeah.
You know the ironic part about these questions thus far is that I've got 3 kids in my junior program this week.
Yeah.
And they are in bowling leagues, and they have been talking bowling all week. This is ironic.
That is very ironic.
I like that though. That's cool that bowling.
Niche sports.
Yeah. Especially for the youth.
I mean, these guys got balls for Christmas. Santa brought them bowling balls, and one kid's already bowled a 218. Yeah,
you
like
can get scholarships. College play bowling.
Yeah.
Pickleball will probably be a scholarship at some point. He was playing some pickleball again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I went undefeated when we played doubles.
Dang, how about that?
But you still haven't beat me, just for the record.
Well, I've never played you on a court.
You're the wrong genre of man.
Yeah, we played on the street court that is not the legal pickleball court. If we played on a legal pickleball court, you'd be toast.
No, that's what you like.
All right, next question goes to Jay.
All right, going to Jay. In the 1700s, how many Native American players were often in a game of lacrosse? Was it 30, 50, or 500? In the 1700s, how many Native American players were often in a game of lacrosse? 30, 50, or 500?
I mean, were there even 500 people on planet Earth in 1700s? Let's go 30.
Yes, there were 500 people on planet Earth.
Let's go 30.
All right. I don't know if we could do a steal on a multiple choice.
Yeah. That's fine.
The answer is 500.
No kidding.
500.
Oh my God.
Which makes sense because it's something just completely wild compared to what it is nowadays.
Yeah, it's the 1700s.
Yeah. How many people were on Earth in the 1700s?
More than 500 people.
More than 500.
All right. Next question goes to Liam.
All right. I think he's going to get this one. In volleyball, what is it called when you smash the ball with your fist? A spike, a slam, or a strike? Do they hit it with their fists?
I don't think they
I mean, you're supposed to snap your hand.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway.
Gotcha.
So, still with your... If you're not...
You don't overthink it.
Okay. Spike.
Yes. Correctamundo. All right.
Back to Jay. Would you have got that one right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right, Jay, let's give you a little pop culture right here.
Jay's wheelhouse.
Which skateboarding superstar landed the world's first 900, which is 2.5 turns in midair?
Tony Hawk.
There you go,
Look
dude.
at
You
you.
did multiple choice.
Look at
Atta
you.
boy.
Yeah.
I would have got that one.
You would have?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know if he was still popular in this day and age. One of the greatest games ever invented, Tony Hawk 2. PlayStation 2, I think. The soundtrack to that game.
They remastered it or whatever, so he could get it on PS5.
Ooh.
And the graphics are even better. The sound,
I love that game. It was such a good game.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarder, I think is what it was called.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Pro Skater.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I know Tony Hawk is because of a PlayStation game. Outside of that, I wouldn't have.
And the band Goldfinger, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Probably never heard him besides that. Yeah. Anyway, next question.
All right. Who are we here for? Is this? Oh, it's Liam's turn right here. What is the highest level awarded in either karate or judo?
Black belt.
Let me make sure here. Yes, you are correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct. Black belt.
4-1.
Over to Jay. We got to get Jay. So, all right.
What happened to you is you lost the steal in the first one.
Yeah.
Because your
I think these cards are set up. I really do. Anyways, keep going.
It said pins and balls in the question, and you went with soccer. Anyway.
I feel like Jason playing it.
All right, Jay. What is the sport in which two people hit each other with padded gloves?
I mean, boxing, right?
There you
go. Thank you.
If you would have missed that,
that would have been bad. All right, let's see here. Freestyle skiing. Well, I'm trying to give you a hard one to get Jay back in this, Liam. Freestyle skiing is a combination of acrobatic spins and somersaults done in the air. What is the original name for this? Is it ramrodding or hot dogging? Freestyle skiing is a combination of acrobatic spins and somersaults done in the air. What is the original name for this? Is it ramrodding or hot dogging?
I've heard this before. I don't
You got a
know which
50-50
one,
shot.
but I think it's hot dogging.
Ding, ding, ding. Hot dog.
How about that?
I was just thinking of Car Ramrod from Super Troopers. Littering and.
I have heard.
That was a good
All
guess.
right, here we go, Jay. What heavy object is thrown in the Olympic shot put? Is it an iron ball or a stone disc?
Stone disc.
Oh, no.
Can't steal because it is a multiple choice.
That would be
but
the discus.
It is an iron ball.
No kidding.
Yes.
Man.
Shot put. Ball. Just think ball.
All right,
Yeah.
Liam.
I missed that one.
In the running relay race, what is the name for the hollow stick athletes pass to each other? Is it a hurdle or a baton? There we go. As DJ Khaled would say, another one. In weightlifting, Jay, what is the name of the long steel bar with heavy discs on each end?
I mean, it's a bar, but it's 45 pounds.
No, that would not be. Well, those are the heavy discs, the plates.
Oh, the plates.
Yeah, but what is the? You got the first half of the word right.
Bar plates.
It's not Barbaran.
Bar.
That's not even a hint at all.
No, it's not. now you're thinking of Barbaran. Anyway,
I give up.
Barbell.
Barbell.
Oh.
Womp, womp, womp.
I would have never got that.
You just had to think. It was too simple. It was hard to say.
All right.
Because a barbell and then a dumbbell.
Right. Yeah. All right. What is... All right. Since it needs millions of dollars of equipment, what is the most expensive sport in the world? Since it needs millions of dollars in equipment, what is the most expensive sport in the world? Is it yachting or car racing?
What is yachting?
It's like big boats that they sail around in. Very expensive boats. Like when you went to the, didn't y'all go?
Yeah, the Billfish had yachts. Yeah, I mean some of those are huge.
Michael Jordan's yachts.
Yeah, MJ out there hanging out. Here's how you critically think this one, and I could be wrong. What's more expensive, a car or a boat?
A boat?
Again, I could be wrong in that, but that's how I would try to figure it
I'm
out.
going to go racing car.
You're right.
Wow. Way to not listen. Good job. Engines are expensive.
I was like, when you started, I was like, oh man, this isn't a good lesson.
So I would have got it wrong.
That's crazy though. That's why I even asked that, because I'm the same way. I'm like, yachting, that shouldn't even be close.
But I guess you got to build a racetrack. You got to have stands.
Yeah.
Boats, they just need the water.
And well, I was going to say maybe boats last a little bit longer, but the whole acronym for a boat is bust out another 1,000. And you're talking about yachts.
And Kramer Marine and Outdoor can get you back out on the water. Get your boat fixed. They'll come right to you.
Boom.
All right.
Speed costs money.
7-2.
Oh, golly. Skiing originated about 7,000 years ago in which country, Jay? Was it Canada or Norway? Skiing originated about 7,000 years ago in which country? Canada or Norway?
Man, is Norway near Switzerland?
Yes, it's one of the four-finger countries.
Okay.
Sweden, Switzerland, Norway, and Finland.
Let's go Norway.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. That was another softball.
Most of all of these.
Yeah, that's true.
This is for what, ages 6+.
6+.
Smartest man alive.
All right. What is the fairly new Olympic event that includes running, swimming, and cycling? Is it the triple play or the triathlon?
Triathlon.
Easy money.
We should start doing it without the multiple choice.
All right. Okay. I'm cool with that.
That way you can have a steal.
Yes.
Get Jay back into this.
Liam, can I press?
We're not to the last question yet.
Oh, okay.
That's a golf term when you're losing your bet and you get to the last, or you're down, you lost your bet, you can press to create another bet.
Yeah.
Just don't lose. That's the goal.
What is the name of the? This is for Liam, right? Jay. Okay. Yeah, because he got that. What is the name of the Olympic sport that we might want to call sword fighting?
Ooh. Oh. You got a chance to steal if he doesn't get it.
I know what it is. I just can't think of it.
Not javelin.
Javelin.
It's fun listening to your brain out loud.
There's
It's like
man, I can see it because they got their mask on. Boop. Yep, they got their mask on. Like almost the American Gladiators had this kind of deal a little bit.
Yeah, they had jousting, but yeah, they never did this.
That's the word I was looking for.
That's not the correct answer.
It.
No, there's no jousting in the Olympics. That's medieval times. Yeah, up on their horses.
I give up.
All right, Liam, do you have an answer?
I know what it is. It's like
We can't have dead air. I'll tell you the answer here in a second.
Just say it.
Fencing.
I
Me and Ryan split 2 points.
Yes, we're now leading.
No, I have 9.
All right, next.
All right. In badminton, what is the name of the thing made with bird feathers that is hit back and
Birdie.
forth?
What's the other name for it? I told you this because you got a badminton set.
Oh, okay. So it gives two
answers.
Yeah, shuttlecock or birdie. And
Yep.
both of them are right.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd heard it called the shuttlecock before, not the birdie.
I think that's its official term.
I haven't played too much badminton, but it's one of those.
Yeah, niche
What's
sports.
our word of the year?
Niche.
Whichever. I don't care how you pronounce it.
He got a badminton net for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're doing all the niche sports.
There you go. Man, I was at Academy the other day, and I did not realize how expensive cornhole bags can get.
Oh.
My goodness gracious.
Especially if you get like game changer bags and stuff like that have the
like
pat. Oh, yeah.
$90 like for 4 of them.
Yeah, shoot. What? There's some that are hundreds of dollars. Just like anything, you've got different technology in it.
Like,
I just
you
go
have
up to
a
Iowa
really
and make my
good
own each year.
Player, just like if you have a really good player and you see their bags, it's gonna definitely go up a lot because it's their bags and they're like the best player.
Yeah. Me and Liam we won the only Bay Point cornhole tournament.
I remember. I do.
Me and Jay are coming to take that title.
Yes, sir.
Jay ain't taking nothing. He gets to play from the junior length, so
that's cool.
Yeah. What?
What is it?
We haven't scheduled it, but you remember last year we played against Tip and Gavin and Courtney, and people drove all the way from Fort Walton to play too. You left with some cash. All right, what is the score? It is 9-3, or is that? Did you just get that right?
I got it.
So it's 10-3.
Yikes!
All right, we'll give you a chance because we got to take a break here in a minute.
Okay.
We'll give you, and then you got to leave. We'll give you a chance to get 5 points with this question.
Okay.
However, if you don't get it correct and Liam steals, the game's over.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'm going to read this question off, but we're not looking for an answer. Who is one of the greatest golfers of all time? It says Magic Johnson or Tiger Woods.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Magic. Wow. It had to be good, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Magic was a basketball player.
Why are there 400 tiny dimples on a golf ball?
This is so easy.
Why are there 4? I would say compression, but
you got to give me whatever this thing says.
I'm guessing what it says.
Well, I've heard that dimples make the ball curve.
You're on to something. If I'm correct,
yeah.
in the answer.
I'm correct.
So you got to take a break.
Direction.
Hey, can I
Take a guess. Doesn't matter, but
spin, like backspin?
I'm gonna say aerodynamics.
That would be the closest to the correct answer, so it flies straighter through the air.
Yeah.
I said direction.
Yeah, there's. I know.
You still would have lost because
we'd have to ask Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
We'll see what he says. But they gave multiple choice, and the first choice was easy to pick it up.
I like that. It's like when you're building a trivia contest and you need answers for the other wrong answers. You're like, we'll go with that one. All right, when we get back, we'll have to jump into our picks, Jay, because you are leaving, and it is our week 19 of our picks. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
the College Football National Championship.
Corum spins his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan!
Monday, January 8th, it's Michigan versus Washington.
Pressure coming. Panic spots the receiver. Fires. Tipped in the air. And caught by Polk in the end zone.
Listen to live play-by-play exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Absolute thrilling finish.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit us at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's Place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's Place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's Place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Sports fans, we love our teams, but let's talk real estate for a moment. Meet Berg Title, your trusted local real estate title and escrow company. Based in downtown Panama City, Berg Title knows the community inside out. They handle everything from title searches to escrow services with expertise. Honest, reliable, and here to make your real estate journey smooth. Remember, it's Berg Title. Call them at 850-250-2900. That's Berg Title, your partner for a worry-free real estate experience in Panama City and Panama City Beach.
Do you suffer from political talk radio fatigue?
We know that under the 99% rate, the U.S. economy is
Tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I'm hopeful when you leave, Jay, one of our intros or the rejoiners coming back in will be you playing a little birdies and beer.
It is that did get completed yesterday.
Ooh, oh boy! Make sure you tune in.
That is great.
I don't think it'll be happening while we're on today, though.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll try to figure it out.
No. I mean, it'd be more surprising. I'll be driving around all of a sudden. I'll have birdies and beer. I'm like, yes, we're here. That was good. I think I showed probably about 20 people yesterday that.
I'd be paying attention about right around 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Tune into the Inside Drive. Not the Inside Drive. Just listen to ESPN.
Yeah, it'll be the last segment in Cowherd going. So, yeah, like right there before 3 o'clock.
Nice.
2:57.
2:57:50. Set an alarm. You can hear it again. I'll clip it out and share it with the world, too. Just FYI.
Are you? Yeah.
And not because I'm being derogatory, because I thought it was fantastic.
No, it really was good. Yeah. And it really was.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. It took a little bit of effort, if you will. I something that doesn't come natural. That's for sure.
I never sounded natural. I can tell you one thing, though. I know that's a Taylor guitar. That thing is sounding good.
That's what I said. I said that tone was fantastic. Yeah. It's a pretty good tone.
You could just hear it off rip, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Taylor's definitely.
That makes a big. It's just like your golf equipment, right?
Right.
When you hit that forged iron, that 7-iron, right in the center of the face. I almost said Mizuno, but Mizuno does have good grain flow forged irons.
But I could walk out there with those same irons, and it ain't gonna make a difference, though. You know.
But if you hit that iron on the dead center of the club face versus a cast, not as high quality steel iron, you're gonna feel a huge difference in your hands.
But when am I gonna be hitting it dead square? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
Once in a million, it happens.
Well, it's kind of like what we were talking about last night, like with Little League bats and everything. It's like, okay, you're going to go out or your cornhole bags. You got those bags that you can't even airmail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or you don't even block whatever.
You got to get good at what it is before you improve your tools, and that's why you get a golf lesson.
There you go.
Yes, segue. Yes. Don't go buy new equipment first. Get a lesson first, get better, and then buy new equipment.
Fundamentals.
You can get this every week.
It's Jay's golf tip of the week.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, I don't.
Cool.
Oh, the rib cage.
Yes.
The rib cage. Turn that rib cage.
Hit on the fairway. See you on the next tee.
Bingo.
Liam. Man, that's what I'm talking about.
He knows your motto.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have kids' shirts?
Not currently.
Not currently.
Well, we're still waiting on the shirts, aren't we? Are you?
I have one from like 3 years ago.
I want to get one.
I still wear it. It's red.
Yeah.
Merch.
Yeah.
Merch.
Merch is where it's at.
Merch is where it's at. But if you don't have the merch, people can't buy the merch.
That's right.
I want to turn my torso into merch.
Yeah.
Just walk around. Hey, give me $20 and I will walk around Pier Park 5 times in the span of 1 hour.
Hey, that seems more worth than $20 there,
right?
Drop a Benji.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. You got to. It's the barriers to entry in that market.
Then all of a sudden, I'm walking around with signs.
And you're the sign spinning guy, and that's probably how it all started. Can you spin a sign, Jay?
Say what?
You can spin a sign?
Spin a sign?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like
sign spinner guys?
When you see them out there and they
see how that works? The Little Caesars guy is what it recognizes in David's brain for marketing.
Yes.
I think of the Liberty Tax people. Not to keep mentioning businesses, but yeah, that's what I think of when I think of. But they're usually out there in the Statue of Liberty costume spinning one.
But I'd hate to be known that I can be replaced by a post, if you will. But one post and my job's done with.
But the post doesn't attract the attention like the spinning of the sign. Yeah, like a mailbox or like a sign.
Just slap that sign up there, and it's like, you're fired.
Can you get fired from being a sign spinning guy? I guess if you're not spinning the sign and you're just standing there.
Sign, I'm sure there's a bunch of ways you could get.
But what do you grade the sign spinning with? Like, how do you what scale?
I don't know, but it does attract you. I mean, Little Caesars for sure.
We're talking about it right now, so
I know.
It clearly works.
I know. Yeah, and it's like, man, that pizza does sound.
We need a sign spinning guy for Bay Point out there in the corner of Magnolia and Thomas Drive.
You need
I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Have someone sitting up there by the two grocery stores, and then one kind of when it starts bending.
Yeah.
It's gone to people.
Oh, see how we just solve all the world's problems right here on the Inside Drive, Liam. You want to pick some games?
Sure.
You're like, I came here for the trivia. Other than that, I don't really care.
Right.
Oh, let me pull up the lines because this week is wild and wonky. Let's see. We'll talk. This is our week 19th week picking. You've picked another week with us too, Liam, and you got 4 out of that 10 that week, which that week was less than me and David, but Jay only got 2 that week, so you doubled his output that week. That was a while back last time you heard. Oh, you also got 7 during week 13. Dang, you've been picking multiple times. Oh, that probably wasn't Liam, that first one. Who was that? That was Alan. When Alan was in studio, you'd have Alan back down. It's been a while. Yeah, Liam, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that week, and Jay only got 4 that week. So you're technically leading him 7-4. All right, let's jump into this week. I left. There's two college games I put in there. One is the national championship game, but obviously that's not till Monday night, and we'll be live on the air on Monday, so we can revisit that one. But let's start with some of these spreads. Liam, who do you want to have go first?
I don't care.
All right, then you can go first. All right, we'll start with the first game I put there. That is the Steelers and the Ravens. As we mentioned, the Ravens have already clinched the number 1 seed overall, so they're resting people. Steelers need to win that game. I don't know I can't remember if they needed a little help or not. I can look that up super fast. The Steelers clinch a playoff berth with a win plus a Buffalo loss, or plus a Jacksonville loss, or plus a Houston-Indianapolis tie. So Pittsburgh needs to win this game. They're currently a 3-point favorite. Liam, who you taking in this one? Pittsburgh Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens?
Ravens.
Ravens, even despite all that? All right, I like it. All right, Jay.
I like the Ravens.
You like the Ravens as well?
Yep.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going to take the Steelers. I think you're going to see a lot of these wins that need to be won with teams resting go that way. All right, David, who you got?
Let me take Mason Rudolph and the Steelers here.
Mason Rudolph. Got hit in the head with a helmet from Myles Garrett once. It's pretty exciting.
Could I change it?
I guess. It's your show, not mine. So if you're changing it, there's only one way you can change it.
Tie.
Ooh, you could pick the proverbial tie. It's usually like plus 9,000.
Let's go Steelers, to be honest.
All right. Next, you got the Texans and the Colts. Right now, the Texans are a 1-point favorite. You taking the Texans in that one? All right. Jay, who you taking?
Man, the Texans have last few weeks have gotten me, man.
I'm pretty sure that's a play-in game. I'm not going to look it up because I know we don't have a ton of time, but I'm pretty sure whoever wins that game is in regardless of the Jags. Don't quote me on that. I have it all in front. I just don't want to waste time. All right, Jay, who are you taking?
Well, I mean, what's status on CJ? Is he in?
Oh, yeah, he's in. He played last week.
I got you. Let's go Colts.
All right.
Yep.
Gardner Minshew
I'm right there with Jay.
All right. I'm also going to take the Texans in that one.
Split?
Why not? All right. Jags at Titans. Jags got to win. Jags win and they're in. Jags lose. They need a lot of help. They're currently minus 3.5. It's up there in Nashville, which is the capital of Tennessee.
Right.
We'll let David go first in this one. We got Jags, Titans.
Man, love to see the Titans spoil it for Jacksonville, but I think Jacksonville wins the game.
All right. I'll go next in this one.
Okay.
Because I'm down now. I'm down even more. I'm down 5. I'm going to take the Titans to get the revenge from last year when the Jags knocked them out of the playoffs. In the playoffs, though. So I'm going to take the Titans in this one.
I'm taking the Titans.
Ooh, I like it.
My man. Yeah, pretty much. Colts, Texans, whoever wins that game will find their way into the playoffs.
Gotcha. So it's a playing game.
I feel like it's been an up and down year for Jacksonville. They got hot, then they got cold, and
well, they beat teams that weren't great.
Yeah. But like last week, they won. I think they
did. They shut out the powerhouse Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so I'll take Jacksonville in Nashville.
Okay,
the capital.
There you go. All right, next one we'll let David pick. Last is the Falcons and the Saints. I'll tell you real quick here on this side. The Falcons can clinch the NFC South with a win and a Tampa Bay Buccaneers loss. The Saints can clinch the division with a New Orleans win and a Tampa Bay loss or tie. They can also clinch a playoff spot if they win and Seattle and Green Bay both lose or tie.
Wait, who are they playing?
Let me go back to it because I forgot. The Falcons at the Saints. Falcons have to win to have a shot. The Saints have to win to have a shot. They've got multiple opportunities. The only way the Falcons get in is if the Bucs lose and they beat the Saints. Who do you want to take in this one? Let me tell you what the line is.
This is hard.
It is hard. That's why gambling is tough. This is just picking teams to win. Straight up. Why can't I find it? Oh, here you go. The Saints are favored by 3 at home. So it's basically a pick 'em because you get 3 for being at home.
Yeah.
We only got about 3 minutes.
I'll go Saints.
All right, going Saints in that one. Jay, you may have to stay for like 5 minutes in this.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. You know what? I'll go with Liam on that. Let's go Saints.
I think it's the smarter of the 2 picks.
I'll take the Saints as well.
I don't see how the Falcons win this game. If Taylor Heineke magically starts playing a little bit better, they may have a shot. I'll take the Falcons in again. I got to pick some of these just to try to make a comeback on David. This whole thing is pretty much in the bag. So 3 Saints, 1 Falcons. Next up, you got the Bucs and the Panthers. We just mentioned the Bucs will clinch that playoff spot if they take care of business and beat the Carolina Panthers, which, 14 other teams have so far this year? They're in with a win. The only other way they can get in is if they have a tie and Seattle and Green Bay both lose and tie. So Tampa Bay controls one of the teams that controls their destiny. They win and they're in.
Bucks.
But it's really the only choice in this one.
Carolina Panthers are the worst team in the NFL.
Statistically and record-wise, that is correct.
And they're helping the Bears.
And they're helping the Bears by giving them the number 1 pick. Jay?
Let's go Carolina. And
heads Carolina?
Yeah, let's go Carolina.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say heads Carolina, tails Baker Mayfield. Give me tails.
There you go. All right, so David's going with the Bucs. You're going with the Panthers?
Why not, right?
Hey, there's a spot, when you can have ruin somebody else's season, especially in your division.
Right.
That sometimes is all the motivation you need, but that doesn't change the targets and the receivers and the offensive line that Bryce Young has in that case. What time we got? All right, 11:56. We got a few more to pick when we get back. We'll make Jay hang out just a little bit longer.
Yes, sir.
Having a little fun here. You didn't spill your root beer. Doing good. What do you think, Liam? About? I don't know. Don't ask me questions.
Ruffles aren't that good.
Ruffles aren't that good. Now we know where you stand on Ruffles.
That's right.
Chips. We talk about food a lot on here. It's probably because we're during the lunch hour.
It's got to be, and we never eat.
Well, you had a cream pie, a Doritos nacho cheese, and a whatever that little gem is, the sweet and salty.
The sweet and salty granola bar.
That's from Walmart.
That is coming up.
That's the knockoff Nature Valley. It's all the same stuff made by the same people.
Got a great knockoff story for you with the kids camp. It was great.
All right. Well, you might have to tell that if you've got enough time.
Yes, sir.
You ready to take a break? We're still live on the air. Just FYI. When we get back, we will finish our pick'ems here on the Inside Drive. We appreciate you tuning in. Got a big weekend coming up, Week 18. Hopefully, you've picked up some of these guys on the waiver wires. If you need them, pay attention to Josh Jacobs, because if you got Zamir White, he may have another big week for you if Jacobs doesn't go. Let's hope Jacobs doesn't go. We'll be right back.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, any place, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place. Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Friday. A possibility of thunderstorms and some clouds this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze around 14 miles per hour out of the east-southeast and temps near 63. We will have a possibility of thunderstorms and moderate rain tonight and be quite warm at 61. And partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 64. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Your home for Auburn Tiger basketball. WGSX Lynn Haven. WVLQ Port St. Joe.
ESPN Northwest Florida, War Eagle.
Kitchen Designs Group on Front Beach Road, Panama City Beach, offers full-service kitchen and bathroom cabinetry, countertops, and flooring. Plus, they also offer cash and carry. Take your cabinets home today. All-in-one vanities on sale. Cabinet, countertop, trim, and faucet included. The more you buy, the more you save. Must take standard sizes in Shaker White. Call Kitchen Designs Group, 850-775-4150, or visit their website, kitchendesignsgroup.com. Cash and carry only applies to Shaker White.
We're starting fresh.
Fresh new start.
Locally sourced, Farm to Radio. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is live and local. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Jay, I know you got to go here pretty quick. You got a little story real fast?
Oh, yeah, no. I had went and got some stuff for the junior golf camp, and it was Clover Valley.
Oh, Clover Valley.
Yeah, and so these kids went to go grab some drinks of Clover Valley, if you will, and they were like, Coach Jay, why did you get off-brand Clover Valley? And so anyways, it was a little trick I learned from a pro up in Georgia back many years ago, and I'm telling my secrets here, but oh well, right? But you go off-brand during the week, and then when the parents are around on Friday, you gotta go name brand.
So what do you got today?
We'll go name brand.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't got it yet. That's what you got to do before you leave.
Right, there you go.
Makes sense. Nothing like wait till the last minute.
That's right. Hey, you
Clover Valley DG,
baby.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
I heard that Valley of the Clovers is very beautiful. It's pristine.
It is.
Waterfalls. You can drink the water right out of the stream. It doesn't even have to be filtered.
Schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
They do. Another Super Troopers reference. Real quick before we finish these picks, the top 100 most watched TV broadcasts of 2023, 93 out of those 100 are NFL games. 3 more of those are college football games. There's only 3 non-football broadcasts of 2023 that were in the top 100. Do you have any idea what they are?
Mm-mm.
Well, one of them is actually related to football, and that is the Super Bowl lead-out show, which is was the 92nd most watched TV broadcast of 2023. The Oscars is up there as well. Boo. Also, the Thanksgiving Day Parade comes in at number 45.
Was that the one when Chris Rock hit Will Smith or not?
Flip it around.
Will Smith. Yep. That's right.
And in that Chappelle thing, he does a real long, good, funny joke about that. It's fantastic. Yeah. And then I guess number 21 was political programming. But 93 out of the top 100 most watched programs in 2023 were
the World Cup was not
NFL. World Cup's not huge in the States. If we maybe had a better World Cup men's team, it might be. But now, globally, that's a whole other ballgame. I guarantee those World Cup numbers are massive globally.
Where's this?
This is just the United States of America.
Was that for 2023?
2023, yep.
Yeah, World Cup was 2022.
There's another reason. Bingo.
Right,
that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
I'm sure this is searchable, but I'd like to go back. I'd like to go back to find out when was the last NFL game that did not sell out. Because I'm sure they've all sold out.
COVID years, but they had that big political shakeup there in like 19, and I think you saw a little bit. But again, it's the NFL.
Yeah,
it rules the sports world.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little fun fact. So if you add the 3 college football games in there, 96 out of the 100. And the other one's a walkout show. So really you had the Thanksgiving parade, some political stuff, and the Oscars. But other than that, football dominates the airways. Or that's not the air. I guess that's the airways, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's all streaming now.
Right.
I call it the fiber optic ways.
That's right.
All right, I know you got to go, so we'll go ahead and finish these picks. All right, Packers. Bears can ruin the Packers season. I'm pretty sure the Packers are winning in, lose, and they're out. Let me double check that one while you're thinking about who you're going to pick there, Jay. Yes, Green Bay clinches a playoff berth with a win or a tie and a bunch of other stuff, or a Minnesota loss and a Seattle loss and a Bucs loss. A lot of different ways. What's crazy is Minnesota can still get in, and they're 7-9, but like 6 or 7 teams have to lose for that to happen. All right, Green Bay versus Chicago.
What a big rivalry that is. But, the Bears are coming off a hot win against the Falcons last week. So
and the Bears hate the Packers.
Oh, yeah.
And they would like nothing more than to knock the Bears knock the Packers out of the playoffs.
Let's go Bears.
You're going to go with the old Bears. The Green Bay is -3 in that game. It is in Green Bay. And like Justin Fields says, how are you going to handle how loud it is in Green Bay or something like that? And he's like, that's the only thing they have to do in Green Bay is come to football. Who are you taking, Bears or Packers?
I'm still thinking.
Skip you? You're still thinking. Well, I will take care of this one for you. I'm going to go with the Bears. I think the Bears are going to, put their best game forward in this one. And, Eberflus is trying to keep his job. Justin Fields, I think, wants to stay in Chicago. So they got a lot to play for. And they already know they're getting that number 1 pick. So I'm going to go with the Bears as well, upsetting the Packers season. So that way the Packers don't have to lose to the Niners in the playoffs again. You going Bears as well? Is that what you said?
I'll throw that cornhole bag right up next to the hole and block you. I'll take the Bears as well.
Oh, no. I thought, that makes more sense than saying the Packers. All right, Eagles-Giants. We referenced it earlier in the show. Eagles win, Cowboys lose. Eagles get that number 2 seed. If the Eagles win and the Cowboys win, they'll lock in, I believe, the number 5 seed there. They're a 5.5-point favorite there in MetLife Stadium. Again, you've got the Eagles are still in if they lose, but I think the Giants are going to put their best foot forward in this one. Jay, start. Eagles or Giants?
The Eagles have been a little shaky the last few weeks. You don't know who you're getting, but the Giants haven't been a great team this year. The Eagles squeak by with a 3-point win.
All right, there you go, getting the dub.
I'm going with Jay. Eagles.
Going with the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly, as they say. All right, David, who you got in this one?
Well, let me take... give me Philly. Give me Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to take Philly in this one, and I hope the Dallas Commanders game is close because I need Jalen Hurts to play that entire game so he can score me some fantasy points in this last week of fantasy football. So we got the Eagles across the board. All right, next we got the Bills and the Dolphins. Let me look at the line on this one for you. It's Sunday Night Football down there in Hard Rock Stadium. Going with the Bills, -2.5. All right, I like that. Why do you think the Bills are going to win?
Well, Tua... You explained it earlier in the show.
Okay. Because Tua's a little banged up. Jalen Waddle's not playing. They lost their best defensive pass rusher. Tyreek Hill's house just caught on fire. He's got a walking boot on. The Bills need... The Eagles are... Or not the Eagles. The Dolphins are in the playoffs one way or the other. The Bills can be in the playoffs with a loss, but some other things need to happen. So the Bills obviously want this one a little bit more. So you went with the Bills, Liam? All right, I'm also going to go with the Bills in that one. Jay Henley?
I am selfishly going with the Bills. I have a futures bet for them to win the Super Bowl. So I will
look at
go
you.
Buffalo.
Speaking of futures bet, that's Sahith Theegala, first round, 9 under par. He was one I picked. Hopefully he can hang in there.
Yeah,
Someone's going to win this thing at like 30 under par. It's ridiculous. David, who are you taking in this one? The Bills, Dolphins.
Let me get, man, this is going to be Bills.
Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah, I just think that there's too much going on for the Dolphins right now. And the Bills, they got to win, period.
Yep.
They got to win, period. Dalvin Cook went to the Ravens.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to play till the playoffs, but which is what you expect. But interesting. They've done all this with as banged up as a running back room as anybody in the country.
So there's no trade deadline in the NFL?
There is. It was a long time ago. Oh. November 1st, I believe, was the trade deadline. All right, we got 2 college games to pick, and one of those is the NCAA Division I FCS Championship. That is Montana versus South Dakota State. The Grizzlies versus whatever South Dakota State is.
Man, I got to pick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Liam. What you thinking on this big game here?
South Dakota State.
SD State. I like it. Those Dakotas win a lot of FCS national championships.
They do.
I'm also going to go with South Dakota State in that one. What about you, Jay?
All right, I'll go Montana.
What's the line on that one?
I didn't say what the line was. South Dakota State's favored 13.5.
Yeah, give me South Dakota State. What are they, the Jackrabbits?
Yes, the Jackrabbits. That's right. I love those FCS teams. Yeah, South Dakota State. So you still want to stick with the Grizz?
I'll go with the Grizz.
You might as well. You got to dig out of that hole.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can, but right. Montana. And, the line's the line. Montana. Okay, there we go. SD State. All right, last but not least, again, this game isn't till Monday night, so we'll have a live show to talk about it on Monday. But you've got the Washington Huskies against the Michigan Wolverines in the 2023-2024 season national championship game. First time in, 8 years? 9 years almost since there has not been an SEC team in the national championship. Liam, we'll go with you first. Michigan or Washington, since you're not going to be here on Monday?
Michigan.
Michigan? All right. I like it. Jay Henley?
Michigan's a lot closer to Panama City than Washington. There's number one. Number two, big fan of Michigan Eddie. Would love to see him get a national championship game.
Especially since he's going to be there.
Yep. And so let's go Michigan.
Let's go Michigan. All right. 2 Michigans. I'm going to go with the Washington Huskies. Again, I think it's a wild season. Pac-12 ends. You got one of the teams in there, and they're on destiny. They're on destiny to win a national championship for the Pac-12 in the last year of the Pac-12. But Michigan's going to be a tough task. Their trench guys are unbelievable. David, what do you got?
I am a big fan of Michigan Eddie as well, Jay, but I'm a bigger fan of the underdog. Let me get Washington in this game. I just think that the story would be great for whichever team wins this, but I think Washington is the better team. I would like to see Michigan win it just for the whole Jim Harbaugh situation and everything, but I think Washington has just got a bigger chip on their shoulder. Let me get the Huskies.
Yeah, there you go. Split 50-50 to Washington's, 2 Michigans. We'll see how it all shakes out. All right, Jay, if you got to go, you can go.
Yeah, I hate to dip out in the middle of a segment, but, I guess it is what it is.
You don't have to. You could wait 10 more minutes and then dip. What's that going to change?
Yeah, it's not going to change anything. Let's hang around for
You got any questions you want me to ask Aaron Bearden when we get on the line with him at 12:20?
Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
Well, if you think of anything, let me know.
I will.
That'll be good. That will be good. All right, Black Monday is coming up.
What is that?
That is yeah. He knows. Black Monday is the first Monday after the regular season ends in the NFL when you have all the coaches on the hot seat. And I think number one coach on that hot seat is pretty easy to say, most likely getting fired, and that's Ron Rivera, the head coach of the Washington Commanders. Number 2 on that list, Bill Belichick from the New England Patriots. I think they've already, it's not official, but they talked about that story where after that, the game in Germany, I believe it was, or it was somewhere in Europe, I don't know if it was Germany, they decided they were going to mutually part ways at the end of the season. I still think that statistic, the fact that they didn't re-sign a first, second, or third round draft pick, from 2015 on is just wild.
Wow. Why didn't they? I mean, just
maybe he was tanking on purpose.
Could be.
He was mad at Tom.
He's mad at Tom, so
we're not signing any good players. We'll just keep the bad ones that you keep making look good.
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
That's about as a good of method of doing that as not showing up to your bowl game.
Yeah, that's true. Arthur Smith with the Atlanta Falcons, number 3 on this list. A lot of the Falcons fans want him gone. That is for sure, but they could end up making the playoffs if some crazy stuff happens. What do you think about that? You think he's gone at the end of the year?
You would think, but Keith seems like there's an insight in that where he's hanging on.
Yeah.
Him and Arthur Blank probably got something going.
Well, he's what the FedEx guy's kid or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's got tons of money. So why is he even really coaching in the first place?
Right.
I don't know where he came from beforehand.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cotton Eye Joe.
All right, number 4 on that, Matt Eberflus. Do you think the head coach of the Chicago Bears is done after the season? That's a tricky one for me because
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, they've shown this year that when Justin Fields is healthy, they can play good football. And, they've got the first draft pick coming up next year. They've got, depending on where they finish this season, they'll have another top 15 pick. So, I don't know.
Did they already oust the Carolina Panthers head coach? Is that why you didn't?
He got fired mid-season.
Did he? Okay.
Yep.
You know when he got hired?
Oh, what, like beginning of the year?
Yeah, I mean, essentially last year. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But old Dave, he's known for firing coaches mid-season and firing interim coaches as well.
Now, who was the
firing
coach?
drinks at fans?
Yeah, getting fined $300,000. If you're worth $6 billion, I guess $300,000 is not a big deal.
It's just a drop in a glass.
Drop in a glass that he threw on a fan. Why do you get? Why?
No kid.
That's like the Jags fan that we hung out with there.
Gosh.
Yeah.
He was the best fan. I wish I could have got his autograph. So, he was this big dude. He was alone because I don't think anybody would want to date him.
Don't throw so much shade at this poor guy. The guy was a jerk.
At least he won't get sunburned.
Yeah, the guy was a jerk though.
Off everybody. He was really bad. He was flipping off players. He was really mad, yelling. And he was beside the Niners when they would come out. And I don't think he liked that part. And then he was surrounded by all these Niners players. And when he left, everybody waved. He's mad.
Oh, I bet.
But ironically, that wasn't the same guy that gave you the bird when you waved at him. He wasn't very obnoxious. He was just clearly a season ticket holder.
I just wanted a high five. I went, and then he flipped me off.
Yeah, I think he told your sister she had nice eyes too, or something like that. It was weird.
The moral of the story: don't be that guy when you get older.
Don't be that guy, or don't buy season tickets in the opposing fans section because typically where the other team comes out, where the visiting team comes out, you're always going to have a lot of the away team fans be there.
You did that last year.
Yeah, we were a little bit closer though to the tunnel this year, a little bit closer to the field this year, and I missed the George Kittle touchdown because I was in the concessions at halftime.
It was so good.
I know. It was a bummer.
So this Jaguars fan, describe him to me. You said he was big, burly guy.
He was, yes.
Big, burly.
He wasn't burly.
Oh.
He was just pretty fat.
He was not burly. Not burly, yeah.
Okay.
He's a season ticket holder, though, so excited about the Jags. I mean, because they haven't been that great.
He had beef with this one player. Whenever he would come out, they had lots of beef. The player.
Yeah, it wasn't one of our. It wasn't even somebody who was dressed out for the game.
Yeah,
but they were jawing back and forth, which I don't think anybody from the field should ever jaw with fans. But that's a whole other topic.
No kid.
Did you see the end of the Washington-Texas game where those Washington players were jawing with that one guy, the one Texas fan?
No.
It was interesting. It was interesting.
They get fined?
No, they wouldn't get fined. No, because they're not. That's a debatable topic. All right, so Matt Eberflus, number 4 on that list. The number 5 on the list, Dennis Allen with the New Orleans Saints. If Travis gets his way, he would be gone. But
right.
I don't know. That's a tough one. They've been up and down. Derek Carr obviously was the big signing in the offseason, but he can't stay healthy and really hadn't done that great of a job. But yeah, Black Monday's coming up, and one of the scariest days for NFL head coaches. Any other NFL head coaches that you think are on the hot seat at this point? That there's been so many, well, not so many, but there's already been ones that you knew were going to be gone, have already been fired. Like Staley's gone.
Yeah.
Raiders head coach. I think they give the interim guy the gig, right?
They need to. They had their
The players love him.
They loved Bisaccia when he took over, their special teams guy, and then they let him go. He ended up taking a role over there with the Packers. But they got great success out of Rich Bisaccia. They're getting great success out of Antonio Pierce. Why move away from that?
Yeah.
The only thing I could see happening, and I would hate this, but I could see this happening. The Raiders, with Josh McDaniels, have really tried to create this Patriot way over there and failed miserably at it. If the Patriots do let Bill Belichick walk, or they mutually agree to part ways, or they fire him or whatever, I could see the Raiders saying, you know what, yeah, Antonio Pierce did a great job, but let's throw our name into the hat for Bill Belichick, if you will. But I wish and I hope that they would give the job full time to Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, agreed.
So my question, what's the trend going now? Because I know it feels like back in the day, if a head coach got fired, the whole staff basically would leave with the head coach. Is that something that continues to happen today, or does everybody kind of sit tight and see who comes in? Or
well, I think you're seeing a lot more in this day and age. Like a head coach gets fired, so then one of these other good coordinators is kind of jumping, like kind of with Shane Steichen, right, with Indianapolis. He was the Eagles offensive coordinator, did a wonderful job, and then goes down to Indy to fill that head coaching role and does it. So I don't think you're seeing the groups of coaching staying together as much as you used to in the past. Again, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
But you're seeing a lot more. There's a lot more turnover, it seems, in the last 5 years, like because it's such a what have you done for me lately?
Right.
Except your teams that have been having success year in and year out. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wanted your opinion on it.
I saw something. It was like about this coach who hated like this player. It was like an NFL player. I don't know who it was.
Recently, or like, is it in recent times, or was it from a little while ago?
Recent times, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's in recent. But they had like the coach did not like the player, and he would sit him because like.
I'm trying to think what you're talking about.
I just saw something like he would sit him because I don't know, but he would just sit him for no basic reason.
Antonio Brown just is in my head with that kind of conversation, but he just hit a lot of CTE stuff and kind of went off the deep end there.
I wonder are you maybe talking about Bill O'Brien and Jalen Milroe?
Could it have been college?
Because he wasn't sitting him, but he did tell him that he wasn't a quarterback, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was really NFL, but
yeah.
I just saw something about it.
Interesting. You think that's a good job by the head coach?
No, because I'm pretty sure it was a good player.
Yeah, well, then there you go. But culture is important. Tom Brady had an interview with we talked about culture yesterday, right? And talking about how he wants guys that are for the team, and if he gets somebody that is just about themselves and not for the team, he said, I'd love to play against them. He said, put them on the other team, and that's the culture they created up there in New England. But Jay, we appreciate you hanging out for a little bit longer. Looking forward to having you back full time next week.
Yep.
Good luck with the rest of your junior camp coming up today, and go get that brand name water because it is Friday, and you got to make sure the parents know what is up. When we get back, we'll be joined by Aaron Bearden from Instant Replay Sports Cards. Liam, if you got any good sports card questions, now would be the time. We'll be right back.
The next evolution in sports talk radio. We're back! On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Afternoon Underdog. The only live afternoon show in Panama City where you can win fantastic prizes from amazing local businesses every day.
That's right.
4 to 6 weekdays. The Afternoon Underdog.
It's mayhem.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, a likelihood of thunderstorms and some clouds and a temperature of 63 with wind 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the east-southeast. Moderate rain and a chance of thunderstorms tonight, a very strong breeze and quite warm near 61. Partly cloudy and 64 tomorrow. 58 and some clouds with a gentle breeze Sunday. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash scent beads.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! Look alive! We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Excuse me, Jay had to go finish up his junior camp, but it is Friday, and we weren't live last Friday, so we're excited to have Aaron Bearden from Instant Replay Sports Cards back on the line. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Oh, good, man. How's it going?
Doing fantastic. Got Liam hanging out in the studio with us until he gets back going to school next week. But you've got a lot of, it's the end of the year, and there's a ton of new releases. Talk a little about some of those big new releases that just came out for all the hobby sports collectors out there.
Yeah, tons of stuff. Baseball loaded all the way through December. We've got Bowman Draft out there. We've got National Treasures Baseball, which has been an amazing product this year for the big spenders, the high rollers, the heavy hitters. That's where they put all the really nice stuff. In football, we got Prism Football, which is one of the premier releases each year. That just came out this week. Goodwin Champions just came out today. It's a really fun product put out by Upper Deck. It's kind of a mix of all sports, plus a lot of things you wouldn't even think would normally get trading cards. One of the hallmarks of Goodwin Champions, of course, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Wayne Gretzky, a few other, amazing top-level athletes are exclusive with Upper Deck. So if you want their autographs, and in some cases, if you just want a card of them, period, Goodwin Champions is where you got to go.
That sounds like an awesome box, especially with all the different types in one. And they're all different sports kind of in the one box?
Oh, different sports. They'll do cards for, like, Olympians, Paralympians, a lot of athletes that wouldn't normally get cards. Well, they'll rotate out each year and do a couple of dozen different cards for people that are just kind of, excelling at their sport, even if their sport isn't something we normally think of as a collectible. They'll also do some non-sport things. A couple of years ago, they did a card for the person who was the National Teacher of the Year.
Ooh.
They got a card in Goodwin Champions. Then they'll do historical things, things relating to nature, and they had a series going on for a while. Ran over about 4 years. They did a card for each recognized registered breed of dog, and they were actually pretty rare. And some of them, people were paying hundreds of dollars for some of the different dog breed cards.
Again, if it's if it's rare and it's collectible, that's what makes it worth money, and that's the Goodwin Champions pack, correct?
Goodwin Champions, yeah. It's just a fun, if you just like collecting, if you're somebody that's set on you only collect one certain team or whatever, it may not be the product for you.
Yeah.
But it's a fun thing to kind of explore and see what's out there. And it's funny, we'll get people to open them, and they'll pull some card, and they're like, oh, this guy's a, table tennis player or something like that. And then you look it up, and you're like, oh, no, he's actually got a big following, and this card sells for quite a bit of money. So it's kind of neat to see some of that from time to time.
Definitely. Never assume anything on that aspect, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Did I see on your Facebook page, too, like a Upper Deck Marvel box, something along those lines?
Yes. Upper Deck has been putting out a fair bit of Marvel stuff. For a while, that license sort of lay dormant a little bit, and they would do comic book cards, and it was, not a huge thing. And then all of a sudden, we've got all these Marvel TV shows And so Upper Deck's been putting out cards for WandaVision and Loki and, all these various programs. And, it's starting to catch on. It's really cool because you get autographs from those actors.
Ooh, that's neat.
And again, a lot of the sports people, a lot of our sports collectors maybe don't think of that as a big deal until they see an auto from, who's in the Tom Hiddleston or Elizabeth Olsen or something. And go ahead, that's a $400 or $500 card.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's like, oh, yeah, that's way better than the, that pitcher autograph I was hoping to pull that's worth $50 or something.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember when I was growing up, I used to collect a lot of the Marvel series cards, just like the cards. They were cool. And it was before Pokemon and all that came out. But so when I saw that on your Facebook page, I was like, I wonder what that is all about.
Yeah, and they do some that are just for the comic books themselves. I remember like the 1990 Impel Marvel cards. They were cool as could be, great artwork. And on the back, they all had stats, just like they were athletes. And if you had, Spider-Man, you flip over the back, it'd tell you how many times he'd fought, Doc Ock in a comic book or something like that. And, it's kind of neat little, I think a lot of made-up stats, but it was fun as kids. And then they had those Flair Ultra X-Men cards, Marvel Masterpieces and all, great paintings, great artwork. They still do some of those. They do some that are comic book specific. They aren't about the TV shows and movies. And they kind of get creative. So your sports cards have what we've talked about before, your relic cards that have a piece of a player's jersey or bat or helmet or something embedded into the card. The comic book ones, they'll actually take the original comics, like ones that were damaged and weren't going to be part of someone's collection, and they'll cut up and put panels of the comic inside the card.
Wow. That's pretty neat.
So you could pull a card out of there and it's like, hey, here's a panel from, Incredible Hulk #1 from 1962. And, it's kind of a neat little thing to add in there.
Seems like there's a lot of this new stuff that always kind of comes out near the first of the year. Is there anything on your radar that's coming up, say, in the first quarter of this year that you are excited about and looking to come to your store?
Honestly, I gave up on planning ahead like that because since COVID, there have been so many delays
yes, you've said that, yeah.
Issues and all with cards. So there are things coming out right now that 5 years ago I would have said, hey, that's an August release every single year, or this is a September release. Second week of September, this product always comes out. And now things are getting pushed back, and it's like, oh, that may be a February or March or possibly April release. We don't know. So it kind of just comes out when it comes out.
So, you kind of get an idea, and then you know when it's coming, and then it, instead of planning way month in advance. Liam was telling me a little bit, we were talking with some people and some friends, and you've got some boxes there, and I don't know if I'm describing it correctly. They're kind of like a mystery box and have a signed, what is it, Liam? Is signed jersey or something like that may be in the box?
Card, like that has PSA graded or something.
But you think you may have some jersey stuff as well, if I'm not mistaken.
We have both. So we do have mystery boxes that have cards in them, and each one will have packs and single cards and some supplies, and they can also have graded cards or autographs or, any kind of special cards like that. They start at $20. There's a premium one for $40. It's going to have similar stuff, but, maybe a little higher quality. And then we also have the ones that are signed jerseys or signed baseballs or footballs, a lot of different kinds of those. We have them for baseball, football, basketball. We have one that is a guaranteed Hall of Famer signed jersey. You don't know which sport it's going to be, but it will be a member of the Hall of Fame.
That's pretty awesome.
We have one that's just a random sport. Could be a current player, a rookie, could be a Hall of Famer, a legend. But again, you don't know the sport. But we have them specifically for baseball, football, and basketball as well.
That's awesome. That's kind of cool because not knowing what the sport may be, you just never really know. And, just having an autographed Hall of Fame jersey is pretty awesome. That is for sure. I'm going to have to check one of those out.
We've seen some major names. We've seen, Larry Bird, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Shaq, a lot of big names come out of that. And certainly tons of baseball Hall of Famers in there as well. We have a lot of the jerseys in our shop. If you come in and take a look, a lot of the ones hanging on the walls came out of those boxes.
Nice, yeah. And those
so
are
people that buy one and open it up, and they go, oh, yeah, this guy's a big Hall of Famer, but he's not the team I like or something, so they trade it in for something else.
Yeah, then that's another option. You can just trade it right back in, and you never know what you're going to get in that box. And then coming up here pretty soon as well, I don't think it's this weekend, maybe next weekend, is your first Rip Night of the year.
Yes, Rip Night, January 13th. That is next Saturday night. It starts at 5 p.m. It's a really fun event. Even if you're not a big-time card collector, we have people bring their whole families to it. Basically, the thing we do on Rip Night that's a little different from anything else is we do Rip Night Pack Wars. And so everybody buys a pack of a specific product, and we keep them cheap, $2, $3. Everybody's got their pack. We call out something we're looking for. Who's got the highest card number? Who's got the shortest player? Anything like that. Whose pack has the most uniforms, red uniforms in it, something like that. Everybody opens their pack up. Whoever has that, the tallest player or whatever, they win a prize. Ooh. Then we do a next round, and they get to call out what we look for in the next round. And they may say, we want to see whose pack has the most teams that are bird mascots.
Nice.
So everybody's scrambling through looking for their Cardinals and their Ravens and, whatever. So it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of giveaways during the night. We give away like T-shirts, hats, a lot of fun figurines and things like that. And we'll also do some box breaks during that time, which is really cool for people who can't make it down on Saturdays for our in-store breaks, or people who haven't seen a break before and just kind of want to see what it's like. So we'll do a couple of those in between as well. So, yeah, Rip Night's a lot of fun. We have refreshments provided for everybody. So bring the family down, get in on it, do a round or two of it. You don't have to stay for the whole thing, and get in on the fun. Last time we did it, the very first round, the first pack that got open, a guy pulled an on-card Albert Pujols autograph. It's like a $400 card. Just out of his $2 pack while he was looking for the, oldest player or whatever the criteria was.
Man, that just sounds like a lot of fun. It's almost like a Secret Santa, so to speak, or a Dirty Santa where you have to pass it along. That's exciting. That's coming up on the 13th. That's going to be from 5 to 8 p.m. And assuming you still have every Saturday, you got your normal breaks coming up at noon?
Yes, Saturday breaks going on at noon in store. It's a lot of fun there. Guys get around the table, and we pick boxes out, and they, kind of go in on it. Everybody gets a division or a team or however the box works. And we open it up, and everybody gets their cards out of it. So it's another great way to kind of sample a product without having to buy the whole box.
Yeah, definitely, because some of those hobby boxes can definitely get expensive for those big-time collectors out there. I saw you post something on social media earlier, about a little less than an hour ago. Talk about, I'm curious what this actually is, the Panini NFL Player of the Day contest. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so every year Panini does what they call a Player of the Day contest they do football and basketball. Football one is kicking off today. So Panini has pre-selected one player from each team, and one player for each day. And if you come in and buy a pack of Panini football cards and open it up right here, if you have any card of that day's player, you will win a special exclusive Player of the Day pack, which is cards you can't get anywhere else. They're made just for this contest. In addition, we'll do drawings every week for extra prizes, and if you're one of the winners, you get in that drawing automatically. And there's, Panini, usually they give out like hats, shirts, tote bags, additional cards. Then we'll have a grand prize winner for our store who will win an exclusive signed Panini card. It's very low numbered. They'll go in the national drawing, and then you can win signed memorabilia, signed pictures and jerseys, free boxes of cards, all kind of cool stuff from Panini. The grand prize is what they call Panini's Ultimate NFL Collector Fantasy Day. They haven't given a lot of details yet. In the past, that has meant spending a day with an NFL player. Usually tell them like the team you like, and they'll make that happen. They do exclusive meet and greets and autograph sessions for you. Lots of cool, fun stuff. So it's a way to kind of get some extra prizes just for collecting the cards you already like.
Yeah, and all you got to do is just buy one pack of Panini cards, right?
Yeah, buy a pack, open it up, see if you hit that player. If you buy a hobby box, you automatically win. We're going to assume somewhere in there you got that player. There are 2 wild card players each day. as well. So really you have 3 chances to win. And on Wednesdays, we're going to throw another player in, so you'll have 4 chances to win on Wednesdays.
So Wednesday, if you're looking for one of the days to do it, Wednesday would certainly be the day to do it.
Definitely, yeah. Come in on a Wednesday, you got the most chances to win.
There you go.
So.
And you are open until what time daily?
7 p.m. Monday through Friday. 7 on Saturday as well. 12 to 5 on Sunday.
12 to 5 on Sunday. So there, and Sunday, people typically don't work. So if you're, even after work, just swing by after 5. You guys are open till 7. Obviously, a lot of people probably came in, got Christmas presents, all that kind of stuff. Is there any cool stories that have come out of people that have bought something at your store for Christmas, and then maybe whoever they gave the gift to came back in and said, check out this card, or maybe traded the card back in for some other stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've had quite a few, particularly kids, got a box or something, come back to show us, what they got. Several of them, got kind of the exact card they were looking for, the favorite player, the favorite team that they were after, which is always great to see. This hobby is not going to succeed unless kids enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because pretty much everybody in it, whether they're a child or whether they're an adult, at some point they were a kid who liked sports and liked collecting. So you got to keep the kids happy with it for it to work, I think. It's great to see when they get what they like.
Yeah, it's a lot of parallels there to the golf business. I always say, if we're not teaching golf to the kids and Jay's not doing these junior camps and all that stuff, that's our future customer. And it seems like it's kind of a little parallel there to the card collecting and sports memorabilia world. If you're probably not doing it as a kid, you're maybe not doing it as an adult, and you got to keep those kids coming so they're doing it as adults, and if you got your future customers.
Yeah, we have very few people that collect as adults who never, had any interest in it as a kid. Most of them either just never really stopped collecting, or now as adults they've got the disposable income to go back and maybe collect some things they couldn't collect back then, or maybe get in on some of the new stuff, that wasn't around back then.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of some of these new cards and different things are pretty cool cards just in general. It was funny that my daughter, she's got a little bit of a card collection. She's got some Niner stuff, but a couple of the kids she goes to school with the other night, they were all FaceTiming together, and they're sitting there talking about trading cards and all this stuff. And I heard a couple of kids say, "Oh yeah, we got a couple Brock Purdy cards, Ryan, if you want to trade for them." And I was like, "Hey, make sure you trade for those Brock Purdy cards," because they do have. But it's cool to see the kids doing that kind of on their own, so to speak.
Oh yeah,
it's the collecting and the memorabilia still lives on. I think because the sports are so popular now, and you've got so much kid engagement into these professional sports, it bleeds right into the collecting as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and particularly, I know with baseball, it's a little different. That you now have so many really young players kind of dominating the game. We went for a long time, like in the 2000s, where it was the big guys, that were, getting a little help out of the needle, but they were guys who'd been around 10 or 15 years that were getting all the headlines, Sosa, Bonds, et cetera.
Yep.
And a lot of the young guys, just if they weren't doing that stuff, they weren't able to put those numbers up where they really got noticed. Whereas now, you look at the baseball highlights, and, we're talking about Fernando Tatis and Ronald Acuna and, Vlad Guerrero, a lot of these young guys that kids kind of connect with.
Yep.
I think it's much easier for these kids to see some of these guys, particularly the way these players interact with social media and things like that they don't feel so distant from them as, say, some of the guys that have been in the league for 16 or 18 years who maybe aren't active on TikTok or Instagram or something like that. The kids feel like it's part of sort of like their generation.
Yeah, that's a great point, because they're able to see. Back then, social media, Facebook, all had to really come out until 2005-6ish. So before that, you didn't have these opportunities of kids in the palm of their hands of watching these players, seeing the videos. Like I said, I didn't even really think about that. That makes perfect sense. Why they're a lot more engaged in them. Aaron, we appreciate your time. Let everybody know where you're located if they don't already know.
Absolutely. We are at 752 West 23rd Street in the Stanford Station. That's where Academy Sports is. Used to be Hobby Lobby, now it's Academy Sports. We are right next to Sweet Frog Yogurt. Everybody knows the Sweet Frog. Come see us, 7 days a week. Find us at InstantReplaySportsCards.com. You all take care. Have a wonderful weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you, Aaron, very much. You can also check out them on Facebook at Facebook and just search Instant Replay Cards, and you can check out all their promotions, all their fun stuff coming up. When we get back, I don't know, we'll talk about something fun, a little bit of NFL action, maybe quiz Liam on some of these statistical leaders in the NFL. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. Hi, this is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Friday at 4:20 during the afternoon Underdogs. It's accurate, detailed content from local anglers, plus fishing updates on Saturday and Sunday morning right when you hit the water. Advice and stories from local anglers. Tune into the Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle Fishing Report, exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive the new 2024 Kia. You'll see why everyone is talking about Kia. The 2024 Kia will give you the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in a luxury sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia K5. Performance, power, and design built just for you. Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you just like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
A new year and New Year's resolutions go hand in hand. A trip to Krispy Kreme is always a great idea, New Year's resolutions or not. Folks have been making the trip to Krispy Kreme since July 13th, 1937, over and over again. The reason for the trips? The best donuts you've ever tasted. Krispy Kreme Donuts, with 2 locations to serve you, in front of HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and on the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts. Get them hot.
Coming in hot.
So hot. It'll be a hot one. Really hot. Goddamn.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You're a lot higher up there, Liam, than when you were 2 segments ago. You're feeling tall. I didn't even know these chairs went that tall. That's ridiculous. But
and it helps with the rollerblade wheels, too.
It does. They're just a little slick, a little sticky now with the root beer there on the floor. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You call it. We could talk about the awards that are going to be coming out at the end of this. Not coming out, but the regular season ends on Sunday. I want to ask you this, because I want to ask an unbiased opinion. And all of our opinions are unbiased, but let's talk specifically about the NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Right now, on the odds, Damar Hamlin is a minus 300 to win the Comeback Player of the Award. Joe Flacco is plus 200. He's getting closer. He's getting closer to being that favorite. Damar Hamlin, understand, he died on the field last year. He was brought back to life. Unbelievable story. Crazy what happened. He's made 2 tackles, I think, this year. Joe Flacco was not playing, or he was, but he wasn't playing very well. He's out the entire season, and then he comes back, and he's 4-1 with the Browns, something like that, Joe Flacco? Or has he won every game?
I think they've lost 1.
That's what I thought, too. I think he's lost 1, but he's thrown for 2 touchdown passes and over 250 yards in each of those games. Who would you... Go ahead.
I'm going Joe Flacco.
That was going to be my question.
Because Damar Hamlin only has 2 tackles, and that was last year when he died, and then came back.
Well, and that's the whole point of the Comeback Player of the Year. It's something from last season that they've come back from, and they're playing this season.
But he's not done as well as...
At one point, didn't even know if Damar Hamlin was going to be on the roster.
2
So you're giving it to Joe Flacco based on statistics?
Yeah. Just 2 tackles isn't that good. And then you also have a guy that went out for the whole season and then came back and now he's doing really good.
And led his team to a playoff berth and potentially a playoff win. David, what do you think? Who are you giving it to?
Oh, yeah, it's not a question.
Joe Flacco?
Yeah, Flacco. Secondarily, might would be Tua.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with all of the injuries he dealt with last year. And then I could even make the argument Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, so if you look at the odds stretched out to the highest chance to win the comeback player of the year, again, you got DeMar Hamlin at minus 300, Joe Flacco at plus 200, Baker Mayfield at plus 1,500, Matt Stafford plus 8,000. You had Russell Wilson in there as well at plus 2,000. Like you said, Lamar Jackson at plus 4,000. Your boy Breece Hall, Liam, at plus 5,000 because he tore his ACL last year in his rookie year, and he's come back and done quite well. T.J. Watt, and then Kyler Murray at plus 15,000. So definitely heavy weighted between DeMar Hamlin and Joe Flacco.
Well, we know who's going to win it next year. You can go ahead and cast your vote.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be the easiest money. Like, talk about DeMar Hamlin.
Bet it now.
Yeah,
bet it now.
You can bet it now.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one because it's not necessarily playing related, so to speak. But I don't know. Interesting topic.
It's one of those few awards where you can get away with a good story.
Yeah.
But there's a time where you create the narrative of that story to be a little bit more that, like the whole DeMar Hamlin situation. Like Liam's saying, all right, you got 2 tackles.
Yeah.
You're not the comeback player of the year. Comeback person
comeback
of the year.
Story of the year.
Comeback story of the year. That's fine, but you're not the comeback player of the year. And that's no disrespect to DeMar Hamlin.
No, not in the least.
You can name the award after him. I don't care, but
that's where I like somebody said name the award after DeMar Hamlin and give it to Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. NFL MVP. You think Lamar locked it up last week?
Yeah.
Do you think Christian McCaffrey has any shot of winning that award? You do? Yeah. According to Vegas, he's plus 425 and Lamar Jackson's plus 10,000.
If the Super Bowl is the Ravens-Niners.
Doesn't matter. It's a regular season award.
It is?
Yep.
Okay.
Because not everybody makes the playoffs.
Okay, well, that is Lamar.
Lamar, yeah, he's got it locked up.
Yeah, but CMC could win the Super Bowl MVP.
He could. Ooh, there's a futures bet. Not a bad one. Brock Purdy could win the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, if Christian wins this and then he wins the Super Bowl, that'd be good.
That would be good. It'd be good for everybody.
I think a lot of these guys would lay down any MVP for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's individual awards. These guys are team guys, especially teams like the locker room they have for sure. But yeah, speaking of McCaffrey, NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. And again, the last NFL MVP that has not been given to a quarterback was back in 2012, and that went to Adrian Peterson. And I just think that year you couldn't give it to anybody else.
Right.
Is that the year he rushed for over 2,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to at that point. But Aaron Rodgers has won 4, Tom Brady's won 3, and then like we talked about, Peyton Manning, Mr. Omaha. He's got how many? 5 spot for Peyton.
Handful of them.
Handful of MVP awards, but not a handful of Super Bowl trophies. So again, like David said, I think they'll take the Super Bowl trophy over the MVP any day, unless they're all about themselves. And typically when they're all about themselves, you don't have as much success out there on the football field. The NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. Christian McCaffrey is a heavy favorite in that one at minus 375. I know on the fantasy football stats as well, he had almost 100 more points than the next best running back in fantasy football. Do you know who the next best running back in fantasy football was?
No.
Guess.
No.
Former Niner.
Former. So it's all time?
It's this year. He's the second highest fantasy football point scoring running back this year.
Oh, he used to be
behind Christian McCaffrey. Who is it?
Raheem Mostert.
That's right. Raheem Mostert coming in second there on the, and he's also plus 25,000 to win the Offensive Player of the Year, but coming in number 2 right now in the odds for Offensive Player of the Year. Can you guess who it is?
Lamar Jackson? No.
No, he's what's crazy is Lamar Jackson's plus 5,000 to win the Offensive Player of the Year award, and he's minus 10,000 to win the MVP.
10,000.
Because the MVP is, you'd have to bet, what's that? So if you bet $100, you'd win 1 or 10. I don't know how it works reverse. It's tricky. But yeah, so Offensive Player of the Year usually goes to the best player that's not necessarily a quarterback. So who do you think, having one of the best years of their career, The roof. You're not going to get that reference. He's also a Miami Dolphins player. You're going to get it now. Come on.
What's his name? Tyreek
Hill. He's currently plus 275. Then you've also got CeeDee Lamb at plus 1,500. And then
Are you talking about the roof because the roof burned?
Yeah. But there's a song, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. And then it keeps going.
You would win $1.
Well, so 1. So if it was minus 1,000, you'd win 10 if you bet $100. Got it. Minus 100, you'd win 90? I don't know. It's reverse. It's confusing. All right. What about the defensive player of the year? Who won it last year?
Bosa.
Nick Bosa. Yes, absolutely. He's plus 10,000 to win it this year. So is Roquan Smith, the two teams that are locked up the number 1 seed right now. Max Crosby coming in at plus 5,000, but there is one player that is currently minus 200, and that is David Hayes, the favorite for defensive player of the year. We referenced him earlier in the show, but as in a negative connotation. Took a little swing with the old helmet.
Oh, Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett is minus 2,000 to win the Defensive Player of the Year, followed by Micah Parsons, who is plus 300, TJ Watt coming in at plus 400, and then it jumps up to plus 5,000 for Max Crosby with just one more week to go.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, he has been dominant, that's for sure. The sack numbers are up there as well. This is one where I've got a little bit of an argument on this one. This is the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who do you think?
C.J. Stroud.
Why?
He's a good quarterback.
He is a good quarterback.
He just doesn't have that good of a team.
Well, they're 9-7.
I know, but he doesn't have like the best. And he is a really good quarterback.
He is a really good quarterback. But what about Puka Nacua? But you're right. C.J. Stroud is minus 1,000 to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year award, which I hope he does, because that's good for anybody who has a C.J. Stroud card.
Yeah.
Especially an autograph card.
I like the argument for Puka Nacua, but at the end of the day, Puka Nacua is on a Rams team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
With the same quarterback.
He's not the quarterback, and so I think that's where the difference is. And then when you look at the Texans, it would be one thing if it was if we were just talking about C.J. Stroud, but the fact is he's got very young wide receivers. Like Liam said, like he doesn't got a very good team around him, but they've outweighed the expectations.
Oh, well, yeah.
And a rookie head coach. So that to me is, and not only a rookie head coach, but what was DeMeco Ryans? What's his focus?
What was DeMeco Ryans for the Niners? Do you remember?
He was the defensive coordinator.
Exactly. So David's point is that C.J. Stroud is the quarterback, rookie head coach who specializes in defense. So, yes, he's kind of not overcoming that stuff, but shows how good of a talent he is.
Derek Carr couldn't do it.
Yeah, Derek. Oh, yeah. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, it's fair. Puka Nacua is a great second choice there, especially I think he's, 26 yards away from breaking the rookie receiving record, which is going to beat Jamar Chase. And it's so funny. I can remember when we started talking about Puka Nacua with fantasy football and Keith and all that, and the guy just burst on the scene. I mean, look at Kyron Williams. I think he's third in the league in rushing, and he missed how many games? 6 games? Something. Imagine this guy's in the whole time. But you say imagine, but these injuries happen to these running backs, and look at Tyreek Hill. He would have probably broke the single season record had he not got injured. But injuries are certainly part of the game.
Kyron Williams reminds me of like a Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when he first came on the scene for y'all, it was like, oh, that guy is going to be the future. And then it really, he was never able to stay healthy. And then this year, look at him.
Yeah.
Down Mostert.
Well, and what's nuts with Mostert is how many teams he played on prior to landing a full-time gig there in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And that just goes you sometimes, the coaching matters. It's so very important because if you're not being put in the right positions to be successful, some of these talented guys never come to fruition, which is nuts. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, like with Brock. Trey Lance doesn't get injured. Jimmy G doesn't get injured. Brock Purdy probably doesn't even exist in NFL talk. And now he's setting Niners records. And so that just goes back to, we've talked about it before, like how many guys just didn't get their chance because next man up didn't happen. It's kind of like this week, you've got all these backup quarterbacks and you've got a lot of second string guys. I think they're going to put a lot more emphasis in years coming next year, where it's a very reactionary league where you've got a lot better backup quarterbacks out there. All right, defensive rookie of the year. Although, here, let me ask you guys this question.
DaRon Bland.
DaRon Bland.
I don't know if he's a rookie, actually.
I don't know either. Jalen Carter's the favorite for that one at minus 225. Then Will Anderson second at plus 225 as well. So that one's probably going to Jalen Carter there of the Eagles. But let me ask you guys this. Let's take off Stroud. Let's take off Nacua. We've got Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, or Rashid Rice. Who you giving the Offensive Rookie of the Year award to out of that group, Liam? Zay Flowers. He's a wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. Sam Laporta. He's a Pro Bowl tight end for the NFC from the Detroit Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs, Washington running back? Yes. Jahmyr Gibbs, Washington running back? No, that's Lions. Brian Robinson Jr. Yes, Lions running back.
Both of them Bama, though.
That's the confusing part. And then you got Bijan Robinson, plus 15,000. You got a little hobby box action for Christmas and pulled a Bijan Robinson auto rookie card.
Ooh.
It's good stuff. Hopefully he can keep it going. Who are you giving it to out of those guys?
Probably Bijan.
Bijan?
Because he seems like he's been in the league for a while, but he's
a rookie. Yeah.
I mean, he's not the best, but he is pretty good for a rookie.
No doubt. That's why he's in the conversation.
Shoot me that list again real quick.
Flowers, Laporta, Gibbs, Bijan, and Rashid Rice.
Oh. Rashid Rice is not going to be helped by some of the conversation surrounding the Chiefs wide receiver core. I would like to make the argument for Gibbs, and Zay Flowers really didn't do enough to me to stand out to be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson having that one game
I'm
where
leaning the same way you are. Yep. Got to give it to Sam, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's had the most impact as far as that group of particular rookies offensively, in my opinion.
I'll give you that, and David Montgomery is the hindrance for Jahmyr Gibbs in that situation.
Because they're a two-headed monster.
Exactly, and if Dan Campbell would have used Jahmyr Gibbs right out the gate, maybe we'd be talking a different tune, singing a different tune, but then it's that same thing with Kyron Mitchell.
Yeah.
Like, would he sustain, would if he just got out of the gate too early? So I like that. I'm with Sam Laporta.
Yeah, there you go. But it's going to be C.J. Stroud's most likely. Liam, we appreciate you hanging out with us today.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. No, C.J. Stroud, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of him.
But taking C.J. and Puka Nacua off Sam Laporta there with the Detroit Lions. You want to tell anybody anything before we got to go? Yeah, we ran a little late. Go quick. All right, thank you for listening to the Inside Drive. Tune into the Afternoon Underdogs coming up tonight. Enjoy week.
We were going to be doing a best of show today.
Best of show tonight. Well, it's going to be fantastic because it's a best of show. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Monday.
ESPN Northwest Florida is taking it to the hole. Your home for the most live college basketball in the Gulf Coast. The ACC, SEC, and the biggest games in the country. Plus the official station of March Madness.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
Hear every slam dunk in ultra-high fidelity right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The rest of the day, a lot